to WWN Live. We're streaming live there and also on Fight TV. Very special evening of Beyond Wrestling and Women's Wrestling Revolution. Welcome to Lit Up. Just for those of you that may not have heard, an entire morning of intergender matches. Your referees for tonight's bouts are Audrey Edwards, Tony Stevens, Stephen Duman, and Bryce Remsburg. And your announcer proudly representing Beyond Wrestling and Women's Wrestling Revolution, my name is Rich Valentino. Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, in the corner to our left, from Hackettstown, New Jersey, the virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. Her opponent in the corner to my right, he is the current Evolve champion. From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 220 pounds, the King of Bros, Matthew Riddle!
Beyond Wrestling lit up. We are live in New Orleans, Louisiana. I am Paul Crockett alongside very special guest, MLJ here, as we have one of the most interesting matchups in professional wrestling.
Oh yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. First of all, I'm very happy to be here back with Beyond Wrestling for a very important, momentous type of event here. Perhaps the most, I don't know if I've ever seen
The most unique.
the most unique card, definitely down here in terms of intergender wrestling. We have a whole card full of it here this evening. The only show down here in New Orleans featuring that. And it's going to be very exciting to see how this unfolds. And we're starting off with what's sure to be a banger.
Now, you're looking at a size disadvantage here with Deonna Purrazzo, but she does have one advantage in her favor. Within the last 9 hours, Matt Riddle has wrestled Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr., Suzuki Goon's two biggest guns. So I would say he's probably a little tired right now.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. But, I mean, if there's anybody who I've seen in the past few years that has enough in the reserves in the gas tank, it's Matt Riddle. That man can go. He is a cardio monster.
Now let's see how much Matt Riddle actually lets Deonna in this match, because you have to think, to a certain degree, especially for an athlete like Matt Riddle, there might be a little bit of arrogance going into this match, going against somebody who he might see as a lesser opponent.
I mean, it's very possible. I mean, he just kicked her right off of the toe and ankle that Deonna Purrazzo had, the virtuosa.
Yeah, that's right. The pride of Hackettstown, New Jersey. That's down in your area.
Yeah, that's up around North Jersey, a couple hours away from me. But you know what? That home state pride, I dig it.
Training with Team Adams in New Jersey. They have turned out a myriad of women's talent in the last few years. Deonna Purrazzo, Karen Q, Tasha Steeles. The list goes on and on. They're just churning them out there at Team Adams.
And we're going to see Karen Q a little bit later on.
There's a little gamesmanship from Deonna Purrazzo. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know how Matt's going to take something like that, a little slap to the hand.
Well, it doesn't look like it irked him too much.
Of course, winning the Evolve Championship tonight, so he's riding high right now. Adrenaline rush probably still flowing through his veins.
Oh, wow, look at that, how Deonna was able to stuff him on the single leg attempt. Went through with the wrist lock, or waist lock rather, excuse me.
Nice takedown. Guard for Kimura, excuse me. Maybe there, but Deonna able to reach the ropes.
Oh, look at that.
Giving it right back to her. I like the attitude here.
Both of these two individuals are very confident in their in-ring skill and ability.
I mean, Matt Riddle has faced a who's who in the world of professional wrestling.
Today alone.
Today alone. Nice cover. Almost had him there. Wow. Going for Fujiwara. If Matt Riddle can't get to the rope, this could be over. But no, he's able to get up to his knees, take that momentum away. Oh boy, maybe a bro to sleep here.
Calling for it. She caught the knee. Stomps on the bare foot.
And that is the wrestling genius at work there. Deonna Purrazzo is not only talented, but she is brilliant when it comes to the sport of professional wrestling.
Sure is, and that's not an illegal move at all, and that's the risk that Matt Riddle takes coming into a match, all of his matches, without any footwear. That's the danger that he risks each and every time. Deonna Purrazzo was able to utilize that. Back elbow.
And a rarity, Deonna Purrazzo to the top rope. Wow, crossbody cover. No. I think I've seen her take to the air maybe 3 times in my life.
Oh, look at that, satellite head scissors.
Nice.
She's keeping Riddle off of his feet. Kicked him right in the mush. Has the far leg hooked.
Very, very close. And Deonna
rocked.
Yeah. Riddle's rocked, and Deonna has to start to be getting frustrated at some point because she knows she has a limited window here to try to capitalize. Nice forearm. And another.
Perhaps, talk about lit up. Ducks the kick. It looks like Riddle, the effects of today are plaguing.
Where on? Oh no! Powerbomb followed by the knee. That has to be it. Good night.
Got her.
A valiant effort by Deonna Purrazzo.
Here is your winner, the King of Bros, Matthew Riddle!
She was beating my ass. Yeah. Say you're sorry. You okay? You're protected.
Easy. Oh my God.
You cannot intergender show without the intergender champion, So, Joey Gentlemen, Spring Break 2 is tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome making her Beyond Wrestling Women's Wrestling Revolution debut and presenting referee Aubrey Edwards. The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
Into the mind, be formless, shapeless, not mortal, nor can flow, or can crash. Be water, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend.
Team number 1, in the corner to my left, hailing from Austin, Texas, and Denver, Pennsylvania, by way of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, respectively, and a combined weight of 325 pounds, 25 of which is pure athletic athlete. I present to you, Baby Pond Jordan Grace, Mama Pond Lufisto, Team PNWT Pond! Their opponents directly in front of me from New York City. And a total combined weight of 420 pounds, Santana Ortiz LAX.
Me neither. Just saying. I'm the one with the fat pack. You're supposed to make us look good. I am. Oh, that way I'm sorry. I apologize. Ready?
Ring the bell.
Beyond Wrestling lit up. Paul Crockett alongside MLJ, and this is one of the matches that I've been looking forward to the most. Team Pog has been dominant in action in Beyond Wrestling. They have beaten a myriad of teams, but now they are facing the premier team of Beyond Wrestling in LAX, EYFBO, whatever you want to call them, MLJ, but this one is going to be heated.
Oh, I call them a great damn tag team. Santana just kicked Jordan Grace right in the mush, and he's not going to play any games here tonight.
And if you want to talk about somebody who's not going to play games, Jordan Grace isn't going to play games here or with anybody. Her entire career has been about not playing games, whether with men or with women.
I've seen her.
Wow, pounce.
I've seen her progress over her career. I mean, she's about, what, 5, 6, maybe 7 years in, and she's just gotten so good recently. Oh, my goodness. Lufisto.
Went for the rolling senton. I don't know if she fully got it, but nonetheless, it was somewhat effective at least. Santana's a little rocked right now.
Yeah, she was able to get Santana down. I don't think she had enough velocity, or at least enough that she wanted to, but she definitely got all the impact on that senton there with the assistance of Jordan Grace, but only a count of one. And how about this? Ring announcer Rich Palladino made mention that this is the Beyond debut of that referee in the ring there, and what a hard first assignment this might be.
This is the hardest assignment she could probably get all year.
Lufisto dumps Santana with a suplex and goes for a lateral press, and here comes Ortiz.
He's got to make an early save already. This one not looking good for Santana, but if you look at the teams Team Pog has beaten in Beyond Wrestling, it's a who's who. The Beaver Boys, the Hooligans, the Gentlemen's Club, and more specifically, EYFBO LAX might be out here for revenge because at American Rana, the biggest show of the year, Team Pog defeated Doom Patrol. They're boys from Team Pazuzu.
Oh, they sure are. They go back a long way. Santana drills Lufisto with that DDT, and look at that, right on top, the plank pin from Ortiz.
Plank pin.
When he goes down on you, when he comes down on you with that kind of dead weight, that sucks a whole lot more than any regular pin attempt.
A lot more weight there on that pin, you're right, but still not able to finish off Lufisto. It's going to take a lot to finish her off. She is a very, very tough woman.
Look at that, a cross-arm Northern Lights suplex. Jordan Grace getting in there to break things up.
And Beyond Wrestling is where LAX really feels at home. You know, they're going all over the world now. Nice German by Lufisto, competing in WXW, for example, Impact Wrestling, going all over the place, but this is where they feel most comfortable, at home.
It's kind of where they cut their teeth, Beyond Wrestling, but a spine buster. One of the best spine busters out there in the sport of professional wrestling today.
Jordan Grace also successful in singles action in the Women's Wrestling Revolution promotion. She has a case to be the ace of WWR. She beat Deonna Purrazzo at the last WWR show, even though she fell short against Tennille Dashwood earlier in the evening. So she had to pull double duty, but she pulled it off against Purrazzo.
Purrazzo, another one of the top stars in WWR, so I mean, that definitely puts Jordan Grace at the pinnacle. Oh! I thought Santana was about to get his head squashed.
Oh! Brutal forearm, followed up by the running Mafia kick. And now we have a stare down, and there's a way to start a fight. But Lufisto is not backing down from these slaps. They're going toe-to-toe here.
This is what Lufisto likes. This is the kind of action that she enjoys. Rolls back.
Wow, right to it. Lufisto had to have been confused as to what was going on, and the next thing she knew, she was face first in the mat.
Yeah, I mean, when you push somebody into the ropes like that, you expect them to come ricocheting back, not in the form of a back roll. She was really puzzled and got drilled with that ace crusher as a result.
This crowd rallying all four competitors to get to their feet. This crowd really can't choose a side here, and they don't need to. They just need to enjoy.
Both teams very popular in Beyond Wrestling, and everywhere they go, as a matter of fact. And There's a patented offense. Oh! LAX.
Ortiz with a dangerous dive to the floor. Santana follows up with his own, sending Grace right into the guardrail. Didn't get the full speed that he probably wanted, but he was still able to get her back first into that metal, so it's going to be effective. Goes for a cover here. Of course, LAX coming out the slums of Shaolin in New York City, but not a big scene there in New York City, so they had to travel up and down the Northeast to get their chances. Ooh. And Here and Beyond is where they got it, but right now, Santana's
in a bad way. Oh, Santana's going to get his muscles busted. Wait a second.
Maybe a muscle buster, maybe a combo?
Oh, into a power bomb. Nice.
Sit-out power bomb cover. Wow.
I thought that was it, man.
That was 2.9 right there.
Uh-oh. And
there it is, the weapon of mass destruction.
And they won.
No.
That was 2?
2. She's calling 2.
Are you sure? I thought that was 3.
She put 2 fingers. I thought it was 3
I
too.
thought that was 3. I was getting ready to call that a minor upset.
She put 2 fingers in the air, so we're still going here. I thought that was it. That's a move that has finished off a lot of people. Wow.
There's another
Michinoku. And that is it. What an upset as Team Pog has beaten LAX.
Here are your winners, Jordan Reyes and Mephisto, Team PAWG Pog.
Slap like a motherfucker.
Give it up for Team Pog! Hey, yo! Jordan! Come here, I ain't done with you. Yeah! Yo, she kicked your ass enough. Relax.
Still young for you.
You call me a old man, bro?
Hey, I'm older
Yo.
than all these guys.
Yo, this ain't men's wrestling. This ain't women's wrestling. This is fucking pro wrestling.
Just want to acknowledge our commentary team, regular Beyond Wrestling and WWR, Paul Crockett, ladies and gentlemen. And joining him, the iconic MLJ, ladies and gentlemen. And extended member of our family here at Beyond Wrestling and WWR, the following contest is scheduled for 269 pounds, chances are he doesn't like you, Josh Briggs!
Well, wait a second.
Oh, quick start! Here we go. Davian has him. No.
Not even waiting for the bell. Davian was not even gonna give Josh Briggs time to breathe. Big powerbomb suplex combination to start out this match, and a low drop kick, and Josh Briggs hit the ring post.
And this is a brilliant strategy. This is the first time we've seen this here tonight. As Davian goes right after Josh Briggs, she probably saw what happened in that first match and thought, I need to get on this.
Yeah, especially with you talked about it in the first match, the size disparity.
Yes.
I mean, anytime Josh Briggs is in the ring with anybody, he's 99% of the time going to have that size advantage.
6'8" standout lineman at the University of Massachusetts for 4 years. Only been in professional wrestling for a little over 2 years now.
But he's making quite a name for himself.
A very big name for himself, especially here in Beyond Wrestling. He's faced who's who as far as the independent scene goes so far in his short time there. David Starr, DJ Z, Ricky Shane Page, Keith Lee. He's faced some really big names during his time, and now he's traveling to Canada, so he's getting his name out there.
And that's the beautiful thing about Beyond Wrestling. You got a good mix of young, up-and-coming, hungry professional wrestlers, and you have the group of the veterans, the guys that have been around for a while, and Josh Briggs might not be around for a while after that German suplex, but Beyond Wrestling gives these young wrestlers the platform to tangle with the men and women that have been around the sport for years. It's a great learning opportunity for these young guys.
Shades of Kobashi and Masawa with that German suplex, and now Davian following it up on the floor. I've seen Davian a lot in the New England area, works a lot for Chaotic Wrestling as well, so she is someone to keep your eye on as far as women's wrestling revolution and just women's wrestling in general, because there's a reason she is not America's sweetheart. She gets nasty in there.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it. Dude. She gets nasty in the ring, outside of the ring. She done wiped Josh Briggs out. He was laying down on the floor in the heat. And you know, it's good to see Davian down here in Louisiana. You said she makes a name for herself in the New England area. You don't really see her all that much outside of the area, so it's really good to have her as a part of the WrestleMania weekend, all the festivities going down here in New Orleans.
And this is her biggest match to date, I would have to say, most high profile, so she has a lot on the line. So that is why she wasn't waiting for the bell. But now Josh Briggs has recovered, and he is firing back, and this is bad news for Davian. Big boot that would have put most men out.
Runs right through the clothesline and leaps in the air, takes her down. Josh Briggs back up in this thing.
Wow, another. And Josh letting his feelings be known as he follows up with another boot that might have sent Davian's teeth all the way to Metairie.
Out of the corner and into the clutches, spinning around Josh Briggs, getting that disorientating feeling in Davian's head, and slamming her down right into the cover. You know, that was a wise idea from Josh Briggs. You want to disorientate your opponent, slam her, and then pin her right then in one fell swoop. That could have been the winning combination, but Davian, she's real tough.
Yep, tough, and they both trained at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy under the great Brian Fury. If you're going to learn professional wrestling and you're in New England or anywhere, that's a place you want to learn. And that's where I gave Josh Briggs his first interview 2 years ago.
Look at that strength. Scoot, didn't mean to cut you off there,
That's
but
all right.
That was an impressive, almost...
the action's more important than me plugging my own stuff. I always remember that.
I'll tell you, I mean, you talk about interviews. If Davienne is able to knock off Josh Briggs here, you're going to want to track her down the locker room and have a discussion, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
That would be one of the biggest victories of her career, if not the biggest.
Maybe the choke slam into the back cracker. No.
Oh, into a face plant.
Face buster cover. Wow. That was very close. We almost had another huge upset on our hands, but Davienne not able to finish the job, and now she is getting angry.
And you know what? I usually have a lot of nice things to say about the official Mr. Tony S, but that count looked a little bit slow to me, if I'm being honest with everybody. Oh, big backbreaker.
Oh no, here it is. Could be the choke slam into the back cracker. He nails it.
And that's going to be it for Davienne. Josh Briggs getting the win.
Here is your winner, Josh Briggs. I want to point your direction to the Beyond Wrestling Women's Wrestling Revolution merchandise table in that far right corner over there. We've got great DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of great merchandise, including tonight's commemorative poster signed by all of the athletes appearing here at Lit Up. These are signed by everybody. They're on sale. They're going to be $20. Limited number of signed posters right back there at the Beyond Wrestling merchandise stand. And let's get ready here. Lit Up Live on WWLive.com continues with a tag team match. Single for one fall.
Beyond Wrestling lit up Paul Crockett alongside MLJ. And we have another tag team match here as the Doom Patrol takes on the Twisted Sisters.
Another big tag team match for the Pazuzu boys we saw earlier. LAX take on Team Pog, and now the Doom Patrol taking on another very formidable team in the Twisted Sisters of Thunder Rosa and Holiday. Starting off here with the Master of Yow, Jaka, against Thunder Rosa. And then this is very intriguing to me. I'm curious to see how these two teams mesh.
Of course, the Doom Patrol, former Evolve Tag Team champions, so they have had their share of success in independent professional wrestling. Two guys have known each other basically for life.
Oh yeah.
They grew up together. They've hit the roads together, so this is a bond deeper than just professional wrestling.
Yeah, deeper than your typical tag team partnership. I mean,
Jaka looks a little nervous here.
he looks a bit apprehensive. It looks like he doesn't quite know what to make of his opposition here. And it looked like right in the very beginning he was taking things a little bit lightly, but I think he's changing his tune up a little bit. Collar and elbow tie up center of the ring, and Jaka gets the control. He does have the size advantage. I think that's going to be the story for the majority of the evening. That's just how it is. And a headbutt there from Jaka.
And Doom Patrol, no stranger to intergender wrestling and beyond, falling short to Team Pog at last year's American Rana. So for those that might think, well, they have a clear advantage here, well, they've been in intergender and they've lost before.
Yeah. And then the thing you got to remember, it only takes 3 seconds.
That's it.
Jaka rolls her out of the corner, and he ate what was either a foot or a knee. I'm not entirely sure, but she didn't capitalize when she had the chance.
Here's one aspect that I'm curious to see in this contest. Doom Patrol has faced a lot of unique teams. Nice lucha arm drag from the top. As we get back to action here, springboard into another one. Very nicely done.
Beautiful arm drags out of Thunder Rosa, and it looks like she's primed, ready to fly here, and lit up.
And now Doom Patrol's arguing, but they get out of the way. But I don't think Jaka sees what's behind him.
Sure does. Now he got taken down to the floor, seated senton, and now strikes looked like a series of right hands, and Chris Dickinson.
Almost a modified Luthez press there turned into. But the one aspect that I was talking about earlier that I'm curious to see here is Doom Patrol going to get a little thrown off by the, let's just say, theatrics, the personalities of Twisted Sisters?
They're definitely unique, that's for sure. And not your regular run-of-the-mill professional wrestler.
Frankly, I think Chris Dickinson could see a ghost in his bedroom and he wouldn't flinch, but we'll see how that comes out here tonight when he's in there with Thunder Rosa and Holiday.
Let's not forget, I mean, we talked about Matt Riddle's busy night. Chris Dickinson, he hasn't had an easy day. I mean, anytime you have to fight Dan the Beast Severn and still have to do things later, yeah, that's not really a good day at the office.
Talk about a weird day. He went from fighting Dan the Beast Severn, involved in a 4-way tag team match at Evolve, and now he's in there with the Twisted Sisters.
Wow. The schedule that these men and women keep during this particular week is just mind-boggling. Truly the best athletes on the face of this earth able to keep the schedule that they do.
Chris Dickinson's day's been like a bad acid trip. Just started out weird and it just keeps getting stranger.
You know what? For him, he probably loves every single second of it.
Good point. Dirty Daddy, a little bit to the right and left of normal sometimes.
He's a little bit out there.
It's putting it mildly. But he's a crazy competitor.
He just ran through Holiday. Falcon Arrow sits out with it. Back press, far leg hook, but Thunder Rosa came in for the save.
course, Chris Dickinson at one time in Beyond Wrestling was putting himself in the running to be the ace of Beyond Wrestling in various singles competitions, but really has focused more on his tag team with Jaka in the last couple of years. And I think it's been very successful for him. Of course, getting into Evolve Wrestling and having success there, so it's been a great run for these two.
Yeah, certainly. Both men's careers have certainly blossomed over the course of the past, I guess, about 4 or 5 years, I'd say.
And as Dickinson was in singles competition, Jaka was teaming frequently with EYFBO, and I thought they were one of the best six-man teams in the world. Nice DDT by Jaka, channeling Jake the Snake there.
Yeah, she got stuffed, and I don't know how she got out of that thing.
And this is where Doom Patrol excels, cutting the ring off, wearing their opponent down. Dickinson with that hard body karate, as we heard earlier in the night in Bloodsport. Never thought I'd hear somebody representing hard body karate by a ring announcer, but this is a first for everything here at the whole WWN Live experience.
That's just more words to add to my repertoire at some point, because there's precedent set for it.
There you go.
I'm all about it. Now, Holidead's got to find a way out of this armbar. Oh, maybe not that way.
No.
Nope, that's not the way she wanted, I don't think.
If there is an ideal way to get out of an armbar, that was not it.
That's the direct opposite. And now Dickinson just pulling up on the neck here, causing a lot of strain on the neck, the upper back, even the lower back.
And Dickinson has a reputation for being a hard striker, sort of a wild, unchained sort of character, but he can get in there and be clinical as well.
Went to the eyes. Oh, reversal.
Didn't get the kick fully, but was able to connect a little bit with the palm, it looked like, and a spine buster takes Dickinson down, and this is the opening she has been looking for.
Yeah, but it's not going to come easy for her, because look at who's in between the two Twisted Sisters. Chris Dickinson is laying on the mat. Holidead's going to have to... Okay, there we go.
Dickinson was more hurt than we thought. There's the tag. Nice strikes by Thunder Rosa. Pushed off the ropes. Huracan Rana that Jaka did not see coming. Maybe a backslide, no. Nice code breaker there.
And Thunder Rosa waiting on Jaka to get in position. What is she looking for here?
Little tribute to Eddie there.
Little shimmy, but she found a shote for her trouble. Here comes Jaka. He eats the boot.
She's up top. This could be huge if she hits it. Or a Frankensteiner. No. I thought she might have waited too long, but she was still able to pull it off. Ooh.
If you have momentum on your side, you can do some great things. And that's exactly what happened there, but now she's in a bad way.
And that momentum has been lost, but no, she got it right back. Swinging DDT.
Great wherewithal from Thunder Rosa to be able to get that counter in.
Nice dive to the floor, and Dickinson is down. Jaka with the roll-up. No, 2 count only. And now the Twisted Sisters, both in the ring. And let's see if they can do something to finish off the Jaka man.
They're putting together a nice combination of moves here in the corner, in the Doom Patrol corner, actually.
Look at this double teamwork, big splash. And Dickinson able to break it up just in time. I thought that was it for the Yow.
Yeah, you know, it would have been if Chris Dickinson wasn't able to slip in there right beside Holidead, who was a little bit too late.
Oh my goodness. That was a brutal German suplex.
Drop kick out of the corner from Thunder Rosa. And she got wiped out from that right hand.
Her legs were wobbly right there.
Huge power bomb. Sit out with it and
No!
I was getting ready to say sit out with it and count to 3, but evidently not.
Jaka trying to rally this crowd behind the Doom Patrol. And it looks like he wants to finish this one with an exclamation point. What kind of double team move are they going to pull out here? Dickinson
Manhandling her. Ragdoll.
absolute brute strength.
Oh,
Wow, able to get her up on the shoulders into the doomsday position, but she's wiggling out. Jaka is down. Nice German suplex. And Jaka is in no man's land. He does not want to be here. Big superplex.
but they're not done. Alidad drags Jaka closer towards the corner and a back senton off the top. Thunder Rosa with the leg hook, but Dickinson once again making the save for his team.
Dickinson able to rally. This has been a great back and forth contest. But now it looks like Doom Patrol could have the advantage once again. Dickinson calling for Pazuzu bomb. He's got her up. Oh, running Mafia kick. And a super kick. And a brutal chop. She ducked down, but she came right back up and landed herself a chop to the face.
Double axe across the back, and Jaka picking up steam.
Runs into a boot of his own. Here we go,
Underhook.
double underhook.
Now what are they thinking? The Twisted Sisters have something else that they're... Oh! On his face!
Facebuster pedigree combo. Double stomp to the back.
Dickinson's not around, and the Twisted Sisters pick up the victory.
Huge win.
Here are your winners, Thunder Rosa and Holiday Twisted Sisters. All right, guys, so it's 1 a.m. here in New Orleans. Is everybody tired? Well, so here early on, that's going to help me out that one fall coming. All right, here we go. The following contest is scheduled for the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham!
Beyond Wrestling lit up. Paul Crockett alongside MLJ, and this is another interesting matchup we have here at this all-intergender show. And I think you'd agree with me, Emil, that Karen Q is someone with a world of potential, but she is in there with someone who not only has seen the world, but has really done it all, not only all over the planet, but especially in Beyond Wrestling.
You know, I'm just going to flat out say it. Jonathan Gresham, pound for pound, is the best professional wrestler on this planet today. And he's... Oh, look at that. Just how easily.
He's so smooth.
Yes.
You just got lost in your own thought there watching him wrestle.
And you saw, you were looking directly at me as I was speaking, and as soon as Gresham started wrestling,
You got lost in a fog of wrestling admiration.
Every single time I see that man compete. But, you know, enough about Gresham. Karen Q, that's somebody we talked about earlier out of the Team Adams camp, and really good at mat wrestling here, and I'm very curious to see how this match plays out. This is a huge test for Karen Q. I mean, she's a great mat wrestler, but Jonathan Gresham, as I said, perhaps the best professional wrestler in the world, especially when it comes to that.
The modern-day Dean Malenko.
Sure.
I would like to say, as far as mat wrestling ability, somebody so smooth, so proficient, can do so many brilliant things in so many aspects of professional wrestling. But Karen Q hasn't had a lot of singles matches in Women's Wrestling Revolution. She's mostly teamed with Team Adams, been in multiple women matches, so it's interesting to see her in a singles competition here
This is
tonight.
a much different challenge for her, especially against the level of competition she's in there with tonight. But let me tell you, she's doing a great job holding her own against Jonathan Gresham, actually having the upper hand right now. Gresham up to his feet, breaks free, snap mare over. But once again, Karen Q able to come up with a wrist lock. Very good counter wrestling out of the Asian invasion.
And if you follow Team Adams on social media, they post a lot of their training sessions, and they'll routinely go 60, 75, 90 minutes of just clinical chain wrestling. So Karen Q has been well trained to reach this moment in her career where she's facing the absolute best at that game. I mean, you look at Jonathan Gresham in Beyond Wrestling. This is a guy. Cover.
This could be it.
This is a guy who beat Zack Sabre Jr. 3 straight times, including a best 2 out of 3 falls match.
So that's four. That's basically 4 in a row. And who else really is able to say that? I mean, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I'm sure that list is very small, if not one person.
Well, if you saw the latest New Japan Cup, there was only Okada could beat him, so it's literally the best in the world that Zack Sabre Jr. beat, and Gresham beat him 3 times in a row.
Standing moonsault out of Karen Q. You know, the best thing about what I'm seeing out of Karen Q is her confidence and her poise. She knew going into this that it wasn't going to be an easy match, but she wasn't scared by that at all. Oh, no.
And there's that opening that Jonathan Gresham always seems to find somehow. But you're right, her poise is on point, because there are a lot of people who can face a Jonathan Gresham and be prepared, be ready, and once they get there in the ring, it's deer in the headlights. It could all change when you're in there. You never know what happens when you're competing in a ring, but Karen Q showing the poise of a 10, 20-year veteran.
Right, but she can't get out of the grip of this wrist lock here into the hammer lock there.
He's the octopus for a reason. He can find many different ways to keep you in a hold.
It literally feels like Jonathan Gresham has 8 limbs when you're in there with him. I mean, he's always grabbing at something, finding something. He's able to tie you up in so many different ways. Oh my goodness, what counter wrestling on a Gresham? That's what I'm talking about, man. Who else is doing that?
Gresham has beaten so many people in Beyond Wrestling, recently beating Mike Quackenbush, a match he wanted for a long, long time. Tracy Williams before eventually losing.
Yeah, I mean, he had a hell of a run with the Powerbomb TV
yes.
Independent Championship.
He's beaten Brian Cage. He's beaten Brandon Watts. Flip Gordon.
Sunset Flip. Oh, we got a seesaw going on here. Both individuals looking for a 3 count here. They're going. Oh, they're going all around.
Round and round we go. Where they'll stop, no one knows.
Tony S. can't even guess. He's gone for like a half dozen 1 counts already.
And they keep going round and round. Cover. No.
It looked like a game of atmosphere in the early days of American Gladiators when they couldn't really quite get those big rolling balls to land in the pot.
That is
They
a
kept
reference
knocking out.
I have been waiting for years on a wrestling broadcast. If
Hey,
we
man.
get a Gemini reference in here tonight, I'll retire.
Gemini's one of the top 3 athletes of all time as far as I'm concerned. Jonathan Gresham. Nearly getting the victory. Karen Q, though. They're going back and forth here. What an evenly...
And they just butt heads, and I think this could be a game changer. Both are down. They had a lot of momentum going. And now stuff like that just happens from time to time in competition, whether it's professional wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, amateur wrestling. That stuff happens all the time.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a combat sport. Any sport, you never know, something could, you're not looking, catch you by surprise. And ooh, a forearm shiver to the arm of Karen.
And Karen has to protect that arm a little better because Gresham has a bullseye all over it. And that's the problem with facing Jonathan Gresham. You can protect the arm he's going after and then, oh, I'll just go after the knee now, or the leg, or the tip of your finger.
Look at this, they're going back and forth.
And now the adrenaline, the emotion of this matchup, both very frustrated and angry.
Whoa, look at that out of Gresham.
Enziguri. German with a bridge. Gresham thought he had that one wrapped up.
Hey, you know what? I just thought about looking at this matchup. That this is probably the most even match in terms of size.
Yes. Gresham always used to facing bigger opponents, and now has
So
someone
much intriguing about this matchup.
Karen Q able to roll out of it, followed up with the forearm. Spinning leg lariat, follows it up with the running boot.
I don't think she got a lot with the lariat, but
No.
she made up for it with that boot for sure. Now, exploder suplex goes to Karen Q.
Cover, hooks the leg, close call there.
But Karen Q, she cannot let herself get frustrated. She can't lose that poise that she had earlier. Once she gets frustrated, all of those plans become haywire. You can't think right.
Trying to get him up in the fireman's carry position, but he's fighting it. Going for a German of his own. No, go behind. Reversal by Gresham again. And now we might have a merry-go-round of go-arounds.
Yeah, series of waistlock reversals. Ends with a stomp to the injured arm.
With
his clutch.
Beautiful bridge. He got her. Wrestling at its finest.
The Octopus, Jonathan Gresham. Lit Up continues with a tag team match, and it's scheduled their opponents in the corner to my right, the team of the Gridiron Grappler, Travis Huckabee, and the Sugar Creature, Solo Darling. They are the Rumblebees.
Beyond Wrestling lit up Paul Crockett alongside MLJ, and we have had a night of very serious, straightforward competition. And now things are about to change.
What? Are you sure? No. Listen, we're in for another.
Gotch Hackenschmidt.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Joey Ryan's going low already. Joey Ryan and Laura James, the Dirk Diggler and Amber Waves of professional wrestling, taking on the Rumblebees here. And I don't think Travis Huckabee has seen a imposing figure like Joey Ryan before.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows what he's in for. One piece of advice is just try not to grab the man's penis. Just try not to.
Well, you said it.
I know it's irresistible at times, but you gotta.
Touch it!
And Joey Ryan going for his strongest bit of offense.
Absolutely. That's what any smart professional wrestler will do.
Like Hulk Hogan calling for the big boot and the leg drop, Joey Ryan has something else in his arsenal.
Yeah, putting your hand on his junk. I mean, it works.
We'll go with that. As he's going for it again. No. So close, yet so far.
Hold on. If you don't want to touch it, maybe she'll touch it.
Interesting.
Joey Ryan calling for Solo Darling to come in. Let's see if Solo Darling and Laura James, or is Joey Ryan going to stay in?
Okay, so now we have the Touch It remix. That banged in 2006. It's probably going to bang here in 2018. Let's go.
Let's not say bang. Let's find another word.
I think bang works. I think bang is okay.
And here we go. Oh, that's an interesting twist. Excuse the pun.
She lured him right in there.
Wow.
Not often you see the nipple man.
Running elbow. Small package, no. What's she going for here? The clover leaf. But Joey Ryan gets the ropes. Oh, pie face by Joey Ryan.
Veteran move from Joey Ryan. I mean, it's something that, you know, you don't really think about. I mean, Joey Ryan, he's going on about, what, 20 years as a veteran of professional wrestling?
Some big shots here by Solo, sending Joey into the corner.
Oh, I was not expecting that. I was expecting DDT. She came with the suplex, but not enough body weight across the shoulders of Joey Ryan.
Now we're getting a little more traditional professional wrestling here. Go for the stretch muffler, but Joey Ryan out of it and bringing Laura James into the fold.
All right, Laura James in here for the first time across the ring from Mr. Huckabee here, offering up the hand. A gentleman.
Showing some sportsmanship here. Went for the lariat, but Huckabee saw it coming.
Very quick, cat-like reflexes from Travis Huckabee.
I've seen a lot of Travis Huckabee lately, and he is a very promising star as far as mat wrestlers go, or just professional wrestling in general.
And that time he literally wrestled a circle around Laura James.
And it looked like he wanted to follow it up with a kick or something, but he hesitated. He didn't want to do it.
Well, you know, as I said, it seems as though Travis Huckabee is a gentleman.
And maybe too much. Maybe that's going to come back to bite him. Maybe it's going to cause them the match at some point if he doesn't just go straight for the attack.
Oh, look at this. Into a stretch muffler. Oh!
Oh, no. He almost sent her flying to the floor. Nice couple of chops here from James. Irish whip reversed. Wow, using that momentum to send him into her
posterior.
Gluteus maximus, either way.
You got a face full of it multiple times.
Irish whip successful this time. Running hip attack.
Yeah, he's going to get another face full real quick.
Bronco buster here from Laura James.
Shades of Tigress.
And Travis Huckabee in a bad way here. I don't think he was expecting this at all.
Oh, a slam out of Laura James. Just kicking him like a sack of garbage.
What's she calling for here now? Just jumped and landed in a heap on top of his chest. Gets a 2 count. And now bringing Joey Ryan back in, it looks like. And now she's taunting her own partner and husband.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes it gets competitive like that. They want to bring out the best in each other here. Drop toe hold into the extended rear end of Laura James. Fantastic.
Kind of seeing a theme between these two as tag team partners. It's weird as far as their focus of offense.
I mean, some people, they like to deliver their offense by their upper body. They swing their arms around, shoulder blocks, headbutts. But the powerful offense for this team is definitely below the belt, and that's fine.
Laura James clearly doing her squats in preparation for her offense. Ryan off the ropes, runs into a headbutt from Huckabee. Oh no!
Huckabee done knocked himself out.
Huckabee just hurt himself by doing that. Joey Ryan not even phased. He didn't even move.
He may not even be sure what happened.
If Ryan makes a cover, I think it's over.
He may not even be cognizant of the fact of what happened. And now, both women coming back in here. Solo Darling getting the early advantage here and continuing on with a flurry here, sending Laura James into the corner. Solo Darling is cooking right now.
Going after those legs big time, setting her up maybe for the Texas Cloverleaf at some point. Running elbow into the corner. Fireman's carry position. What's she gonna do with this? Face plant. Goes for the cover. No. Only a 2 count. And now going for that Cloverleaf, it looks like. Laura James close to the ropes. But Solo pulls her right back into the middle. She can clamp this on.
But she doesn't have the legs right.
And Joey Ryan just blatantly coming into the ring and breaking it up, saving his partner. And they're still bickering at each other. I know couples sometimes have fights, but maybe save it for outside of the ring. I don't know. Is Dr. Phil here?
He should be.
He really should be. That locker room would be a week full of episodes. Joey Ryan bringing Solo to the top rope, asking who wants a mustache ride. Not me. Are you contemplating that?
I mean, I'm not really doing anything later, so.
You take what you can get, folks.
Beggars can't be choosers, my friend.
That's right. Entire story of my love life. They're up top, Solo fighting back.
And Joey Ryan rolling towards the apron, but I don't know if that's going to be the safest thing for him, because Solo, she sees him.
Oh no, this could be dangerous. Oh, so close, but Joey Ryan able to catch her. Oh! Right onto the apron, and the complexion of this match just changed.
You were right. That could be dangerous, and it was. Just not for Joey Ryan.
And now Laura James begrudgingly telling Joey Ryan, yeah, that was good. Good job. Now Huckabee in, runs right into a fist. Now they're getting into a slap battle here as Solo lays in a heap on the floor. Here we go, calling for a lariat.
Sweet-ass lariat, he missed. Underneath, and a high-angle German soup. I'll tell you what, man, we've seen some Germans tonight, my God. People are getting dumped on their domes.
Eat defeat by Laura James, and Solo's back in there. And again with that beautiful suplex.
That front face lock suplex.
Joey Ryan is as puzzled as I am how Solo Darling was able even to get up. Oh boy, he's calling for it. Whoa, okay.
Booplex City.
All right.
And Solo Darling is wiped out. He should pin her.
Yeah, he should.
Instead, bring her up to the...
Okay. And Travis Huckabee in for the save.
From behind. Going underneath. Oh.
What okay.
Does she get that power through osmosis, or is that just...
I can't believe what I am seeing.
What would you call that? A vagina flip? We had the dick flip.
I would call it shocking is what I would call it. As Joey Ryan takes to the air.
Vile move out of Joey Ryan.
Oh boy, she's fired up.
You can't give the sugar creature sugar and expect her not to get all riled up. Joey Ryan, there's a flaw in his plan, brother. Solo Darling getting all sorts of pumped up. She's getting a sugar rush.
Oh no. This crowd getting behind her.
Looking like Bruno in the Garden, all hyped up like that. Up on the shoulders.
Fireman's carry. Face plant, didn't get it all the way, I don't think, but Cloverleaf follow-up.
Is she going to be able to get him in position?
With that sugar rush, a little extra energy. She's got it locked in. Laura James trying to make the save, but no. This one is all over. The Rumblebees get the win.
The Sugar Creatures Solo Darling, the Rumblebees. You just don't feel the blow up to the Sugar Creature. My goodness. One more time for the Rumblebees. Ladies and gentlemen, look who's sitting. It's Bruce Winsberg. Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Championship.
Anybody's an elevator, wanna start a fire later. Did you burn reader? Never tired, today's an elevator.
Introducing first the challenger to my left, from Seattle, Washington. Welcome back to the Beyond Wrestling family, Kimberly. Her opponent in the corner to my right from Brooklyn, New York, weighing at 192 pounds. He's the current reigning independent Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion, Hot Sauce Trixie Williams.
Beyond Wrestling lit up Paul Crockett alongside MLJ. And welcome back Kimber Lee to Beyond Wrestling. And not only is she back, she's getting a title shot in her first match.
I mean, and you know what? Why wouldn't she? I mean, she was straight up killing it here in Beyond Wrestling before she left, and now she's back. And she's ready to prove that she hasn't lost a step at all. She only got better, and she's coming in here, and she's going to try to become the third ever Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion. But it's going to be hard because she's in there with a very accomplished professional wrestler in Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams.
And like we talked about earlier with Matt Riddle and fatigue coming into play, Tracy Williams got knocked into next week by Eddie Kingston earlier tonight with a spinning back fist. So we're going to see where his head is at right now. Well, clearly his head is in submitting Kimber Lee because he's going right after that arm, doing what he does best, going to the mat and breaking an opponent down. We talked about Jonathan Gresham maybe being the best in the world, but Tracy Williams is not far behind.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, Tracy Williams beat Jonathan Gresham to win that Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Championship. So you're not going to get an argument out of me for saying that, and any other logical person watching this would not argue with that either. And the thing that Kimber Lee needs to do in this matchup is she needs to keep this match off of the mat. If it gets into a ground game, I'm going to flat out say it's Tracy Williams' match, as far as I'm concerned.
Once any competitor gets knocked out, like Tracy was earlier tonight, they're way more vulnerable for it to happen again.
That is true.
So Kimber Lee's best bet definitely is to get up off the mat and take her best shot and maybe put Tracy Williams down again.
I'll tell you, she can throw hands. She's got some heavy kicks. She's got some good slams and suplexes too. Any one of those things, if she lands it the right way, could knock Tracy Williams' bell one more time, knock him out. At that point in time, it would only take a pinfall. 1, 2, 3, we got a new champion. Got caught.
Cover.
Transitions beautifully into a submission attempt, but Kimber Lee gets out of there wisely.
Going for that crossface, not able to get it. Kimber Lee right into the split. She says, hot sauce.
Very flexible is Kimber Lee.
Roll up. 2 count only. Here's an interesting move.
Oh, into a pin. Wow.
With the bridge. Nicely done by Kimber Lee. She's letting Tracy Williams know that, hey, maybe I can go on the mat too.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Kimber Lee is no slouch on the mat at all, but I've seen what Tracy Williams can do, and
right. It's a different level.
Gut wrench into a power bomb. Wow.
Almost looked like she went down on her neck there.
That was a very short power bomb there. He didn't lift her up that far from the mat, and probably by design, because, you know, when you get picked up that way, you got to assume there's going to be more time for you to brace for the impact. Kimber Lee had no time to brace for it at all. Great move from Hot Sauce. Now continuing on the left arm here. Has it trapped, potentially going for an abdominal stretch, maybe a Cobra twist.
Oh, wow.
Octopus stretch here.
And look at Tracy Williams going after the hand, the wrist, crunching those tendons in the arm as he executes this hold. And Kimber Lee, as you know, is a pioneer when it comes to independent professional wrestling over the last few years. Tracy Williams just recently beating another pioneer, Colt Cabana, to successfully defend that Powerbomb championship in Rhode Island at Hope.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta be a really good professional wrestler to get a title shot at that independent wrestling championship for Powerbomb.tv. I mean, those title matches just don't go out to any random competitors. I mean, Kimber Lee, she has definitely earned it through her past here and beyond, and everything else that she has done in this sport here. Now she's going to
That drop kick rocked Tracy Williams. It's like she kicked right through him on that one.
That's what she was trying to do. I know that for sure. I mean, I remember when Kimberly first started coming around, and the level of talent that has developed is just, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Tracy Williams, one of the more accomplished professional wrestlers in Beyond. One of the purest wrestlers in Beyond as well.
Back help. Oh.
Nice kick to the jaw. And Tracy Williams is stunned by that one. But no, playing possum.
Yeah, he lured her in that time. Great recovery.
Oh!
After the kick to the face, and look at that DDT onto the top turnbuckle. Picks her up onto his shoulders. Death Valley driver, spiked her with it. Center of the ring, 2, and not a successful defense, not quite yet.
Death Valley driver, a move that has kind of gone out of the professional wrestling realm in the past few years. That used to be kind of an in vogue move, but now you don't see it done often. But Tracy Williams not only bringing it back, but perfect execution, drilling the head and neck of Kimberly to the mat. Not able to get a 3, but she is definitely worse for wear after that. The only question now for him is how can he finish her off?
Oh man, let me tell you something about those chops to the back.
It's not going to win you a match, but it's really going to do some damage. It's going to sting a lot.
Yeah, man, back chops absolutely suck. Ooh, a thud.
And how about those front chops? Oh, boy. They felt that one in Baton Rouge. That was brutal.
Knocking Kimberly down to the mat. And now Hot Sauce has her in his clutches. No, lands behind him.
Nice German with the bridge. Oh, so close. We almost had a new champion. As Kimberly is beside herself, she thought she had it won. Last time Kimberly was in action with Beyond, December 2016, beating Donovan Dijak.
Wow.
That's a hell of a way to go out.
Wow. And now Kimberly.
Maybe taking to the end, maybe getting desperate here.
Don't take your eyes off the prize, though, Kimberly. I mean, remember, this is a championship match. I know you want to get the crowd support, but you want to get that title.
And she waited too long. Let the crowd get too into it.
Letting the emotions get the best of her, I think. I mean, it's her first match back here and Beyond. I mean, she's excited. She wants the crowd on her side, and, you know, I can't blame her for that, but you got to keep your mind focused on the target at hand here.
Tracy Williams looking for maybe a gut-wrench suplex from the top. Runs into a headbutt instead. Here's the opening Kimberly was looking for.
Hot Sauce trying to get up. It's not working.
She's going to take to the air. Swanton bomb. Cover. Oh, so close.
Another near fall there for Kimberly, and she's had about 2 or 3 of those thus far in this matchup. And I'll tell you, if Kimberly beats Hot Sauce, that's not going to be an upset. You know what I mean? Like, it's... man.
Really laying in those strikes. And now, one of those patented Kimberly kicks. And I think Tracy Williams might have woken up as he's asking for more.
Oh, single leg pickup.
Going for that alligator. Another kick. Tracy Williams running right into it. Oh my God! Her head might have come off.
She's done. What?
No! But right into the crossface. I don't even know if Kimberly knows her foot is an inch from the rope.
If it's an inch away. She might just be able to lift her left leg up. She's trying.
Tracy Williams notices it, rolls her away, more center toward the ring.
Beautiful wrestling.
Lays it in. Trying to bend that spine backwards.
Seems like that right leg is...
Wow, he's got it in, and Kimberly has no choice. A tremendous effort, but there's a reason that Tracy Williams is the champ.
Here is your winner and still Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Hey. Look at me. Welcome home.
He hung himself. He killed himself.
Formally welcome Kimberly back to Beyond Wrestling Family, because that is exactly what everybody you're seeing here tonight is. We are one family. And just real quick, we just want to give a quick shout out to some of our family members back in the New England Northeast area that cannot be with us. Hello to Mama and Papa, Colorado. Brandon and Xavier Bell, how you doing tonight? Psychedelic Warrior Dave Cole. Angela Sereno and Truman, Michelle Tempest, and of course my little buddy Jackson, hello, referee Kevin Quinn, and of course Nick Paul, and the one and only TC Tanya. Our day are coming back home. We miss you guys, sorry for not being with us here. We love you, and we'll see you all April 27th, but April 28th, when we return to Philadelphia at the Chicago Wrestling Factory. Guys from the Northeast, please join us when we return to Philly, Saturday night, April the 28th. The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Singapore One Fall. from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is undeniable, Tessa Blanchard. Her opponent, reported to highlights from Silicon Valley, California, weighing 192 pounds, winner of the men's tournament for tomorrow, Wheeler Yuta. And last, but certainly not least, representing to ringside, by the hardest working man in sports and entertainment, the godfather of swole, Stokely Hathaway. Good job, fellow man. Go to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or poor, my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And tonight I'll get to go up against, because I'm talking, please, it's so ridiculous. Tonight I'll get to go up against 3 women. You see that in there? No, you just got red. No, but seriously, tonight I get to go up against Preteen Robot. Someone who's here and only relevant because of her daddy. Wait a minute, who's the daddy? Polly Blanchard. That was right for me. Oh, what? And me, you Miss Hobble, why are you back, huh? No, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mia, I'm shocked that it's your leg that got hurt, because from what I've been told, normally other people's legs hurt from carrying your ass. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight MJF gets the dub because I'm better than you, and you know it.
Beyond Wrestling lit up, Paul Crockett alongside MLJ, and if MJF already didn't have 0 friends, I think he's in the negative now after that rant.
Yeah, what a piece of work that guy is.
But MJF coming up short in the tournament for tomorrow final against one of his opponents in the ring, Wheeler Yuta. Mia Yim and Tessa Blanchard going after Yuta. After that rant, I thought all 3 of them would have turned on MJF immediately.
Yeah, I'm very interested to... Yeah, Yuta, you got
And there you go, Yuta using his brain. They all insulted them. He insulted them, I should say. And Mia Yim obliges.
Yeah.
Mia Yim coming back after a long layoff due to injury.
Yeah, it's her first match back. I talked to her a little bit prior to the event, and she had a little bit of jitters.
Looks like those jitters are gone. She's a machine in there right now, wrecking everything in her path. Oh! MJF just took a baseball bat-like kick to the face.
Yuta with the single leg. Rolls over top, pass by, drop down, roll over the top by Blanchard. Pace is beginning to quicken here. Oh, reversal. Underneath, kick to the midsection, and we have a wrist lock here. Control goes to Tessa. Climbs the ropes, La Escalera into the arm drag. Takes down a young man from Silicon Valley.
MJF, opportunist as always, sneaks in there, and lays in a shot to Blanchard that puts her on Dream Street. And what a piece of garbage MJF continues to be. And I keep thinking maybe there's some redeeming quality he has, but he proves over and over again there's none.
Yuta steps in there. Whoa, control the arm. Nice arm drag there. Drop kick and a beauty. Resorte to his feet. This kid, let me tell you something about Wheeler Yuta. As he pick up out of steam, Tope Suicida wipes out MJF.
World of potential for Wheeler Yuta, and he proved it by winning the tournament for tomorrow, but the sky's still the limit for him.
Oh, absolutely. This is just the start for him.
And speaking of taking to the sky, Tessa Blanchard comes down and takes both MJF and Yuta out.
She just threw her whole body out there. Wasn't necessarily leading with any part of her body. Just flung herself off the top and took down two of her opponents. Now Mia Yim.
Now in the mount, laying in some shots to Tessa Blanchard, trying to get the full mount going. If Tessa can't defend herself, Stephen Domingue might have to call this off. Going for the armbar. Tessa's in a lot of trouble, and MJF picking his spot as always. Stokely Hathaway overjoyed with his client, but if MJF's a piece of garbage, what does that make Stokely Hathaway for bringing him on?
I don't want to speak negatively on Stokely. I just think he's a little misguided.
Armbar and that knee lock variation that Yuta has become known for. Wow, back chops, and you talked about this earlier. Those just stink.
Yeah, they're terrible.
MJF able to muscle out. Tessa finally able to break it up. Stephen Domingue has to get some order in there at some point.
Well, how? I mean, you got four top-notch wrestlers in there. Stephen Domingue might do himself a favor if he just stands in the corner and let things go the way they go. Slide in for a 3 count.
Mia Yim has MJF by the hair. MJF backflips out of it, and there's an eye poke.
He's so proud of himself, too.
He's always so proud of himself.
He brags about how good he is at poking people in the eye when it's illegal. There's another German suplex dumping on his head.
Tessa Blanchard in there. A lot of steam. Ace Crusher puts Mia Yim down. Now she sets her sight on Yuta. Misses the lariat. Nice sit-out powerbomb. MJF back up.
And all 4 competitors are wiped out on the mat.
MJF able to hit that big bicycle kick. A lot of bodies down on the ground right now. And MJF the first back up to his feet. Back elbow.
She left her arm out there wide open. MJF knowing exactly what to do.
But Tessa shakes it off and is going to town with those forearms. But she didn't see Mia Yim right there and waiting as she back suplexed Tessa into MJF. And this crowd loves it. Talk about a great high angle slam. And what does Wheeler Yuta have to do here? Very limited time to do something in these types of matches to get a win. It's almost like you have to sneak one in. No, you can't do that. And luckily, MJF might have just saved Yuta's career in the state of Louisiana. Package pile driver, you can't do that. And luckily, MJF saving another career, maybe.
That's so weird. I don't think he's doing that on purpose.
No.
He doesn't want to get the match thrown out by the commission so he can actually win and get the winner's share of the purse. I think that's all there is to it.
Yuta blocked the eye poke from MJF.
Ooh. Oh, they hit back to back. Their heads, they hit.
MJF and Yuta collided. Tessa Blanchard with the win over MJF. Thank God.
Here is your winner, Tessa Blanchard.
My bad, guys. Oh, that hurt a lot.
Presenting this next match on the good friend Jackson Backbone. Jackson, this is your match. I want you to enjoy it. The following contest is scheduled for introducing first to mind right from London, England, weighing 169 pounds. He is the king of the goths, Jimmy Havoc! His opponent to my left from Canton, Ohio, the Havoc, the Machine, Jessica Hamlet!
Winner gets the right to Son of Havoc. That's very original. Thank you. Yeah, we've not heard that one before, dickhead. I'm not ready to say. I'm good. Up your arse, mate. You ready to do it? Ring the bell.
Beyond Wrestling lit up. Paul Crockett alongside MLJ. And I never thought we would have the Battle of the Havocs, yet here we are, Jimmy versus Jessica.
I'm ready. We've seen all sorts of different styles of professional wrestling throughout this event. I mean, we've seen the technical expertise in Gresham and Karen Q. We saw a little bit of funny stuff from Joey Ryan. This is going to be a straight-up hard-hitting smash-mouth brawl, and I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
And I think this might be the first match where the female has the size advantage going into this one.
Yeah, I mean, Jessica Havoc does enjoy that advantage over Jimmy Havoc. If she's able to lay in some of those strikes to the side of the head, she might be able to knock this man out.
Of course, Jimmy Havoc, no stranger to having wild brawls. That's really where he lives. That's his that's his wheelhouse.
For sure. A little bit of head games being played here.
Gamesmanship for sure. And Jessica Havoc not able to have too many matches with the WWR promotion. She's traveling all over the place. Unfortunately not able to get to WWR a lot, but we're happy to have her here tonight.
Yeah, whenever she's around, it's always a treat.
Jimmy Havoc calling for a timeout or a truce. I don't think he's going to get that.
No, he's going to get an elbow to the side of his head.
And another one. Sort of her own variation of the Acid Rainmaker there, turning it into an elbow instead. Havoc almost hitting it. And I should differentiate, Jimmy almost hitting it.
And here comes Jimmy, had his steam here into the corner with a big forearm and follows it up with that
running drop kick.
Yeah, he put a little bit of hesitation, some hang time into that.
Out of the corner, Jimmy, let's go. One.
Jimmy Havoc on the second rope on the inside. Double stomp. Center of the torso.
And now Jessica rolling to the floor, trying to recover from that one. That was a direct shot.
Yeah. Pinpoint precision exhibited there by Jimmy Havoc as he now enjoys his advantage on the outside. Try to ram her head into the stairs, and Jimmy Havoc tasted the steel instead.
And when it gets to the floor, that's when Jimmy Havoc starts to thrive. I think Jessica should probably do the smart thing and bring it back inside, because I think that's where she has her best shot.
Right, just like how Kimberly wanted to avoid the mat wrestling against Hot Sauce. Jessica Havoc wants to avoid the outside against Jimmy Havoc.
Is he biting her foot?
I wouldn't put it past him.
What a maniac.
Yeah, he'll do anything, man. He's a loony dude, man. Oh,
he's certainly out there. And now Jessica Havoc might be out there right now after being thrown head first into that post. Now Jimmy taking his time, following it up. Goes for that kick. Oh no! Power bomb onto the apron.
And it looked like most of Jimmy Havoc's body collided with the very edge of the ring apron there, at least from our vantage point up here. It was a bad landing for Jimmy Havoc.
Now Jessica Havoc clearly in control now. Jimmy trying to make his way back into it, misses a lariat. Kick to the gut, followed up with a boot straight to the chin. And Jimmy is planted on the mat.
Yeah, the third kick put him flat on his back. Jessica Havoc repositioning him just ever so slightly. Has a few parting words. Drops the leg, nobody home. You should have went for the leg drop before you try to add insult to injury.
Nice DDT by Jimmy. Only a 2 count. Jessica Havoc only having 2 matches in WWR. Win over Jenny Rose. Lost to Veda Scott, but that loss was not exactly on the level. A little treachery involved there, but...
Oh, with Veda Scott, you don't say.
Yeah, shocking, right? Oh, no! Jimmy's head almost hit that turnbuckle full on. It might have scraped it a little bit. The running face wash follow-up.
I mean, even if the back of his head didn't hit that bottom turnbuckle as designed, landing on that particular part of the mat There's a lot less give in the corner than there is in the center.
Acid Rainmaker. Cover. No. Most people don't get up from that. Unbelievable.
I mean, most people aren't Jessica Havoc.
No.
To be fair.
And now Jimmy Havoc screaming at her, but he has to be confused. He has to be wondering what he has to do next.
Might want to go for it again, perhaps. Oh, man.
Oh.
Flipping the bird right in the face.
Spinning punch. Hits another one. Transitions to a forearm that time. And another. Now going for it again. No, choke slam.
Went to the well one too many times.
Going for another one. She hits it. Maybe a third. Power bombs. Sit out and she gets it. Jessica Havoc has won the battle of the Havocs.
Can we just tag next time?
Thank you guys.
I love you too, thank you. Great to see you guys on our bench doing the trip down here. And we're doing with the Sunbeam crew. There they are. Oh, yes. Alright guys, 2 more matches to go. The following contest is a tag team match. Still for Joey Janela, his bad girl, Penelope Ford. They are Penelope. Their opponents in the quarterfinal round first, he's from wherever, his weight doesn't matter. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. His tag team partner, from Inner City Dublin Flats, leaving her 46 kids at home, 47 kids at home. She's been banned, unbanned, and then rebanned in Canada, soon to be banned in Japan. She violates the terms and conditions of Facebook, and she's currently in your Tinder vicinity. Please welcome Citizen Martina.
I want back on her, baby. Am I ready? My jacket's still on, so go. Put my elbow pad on. All right, pretzel.
Beyond Wrestling lit up Paul Crockett alongside MLJ, and we have a very, very fun debut here in the Session Moth Martina as she teams with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy to take on one of the premier teams in Beyond Wrestling, Janelope.
Yeah, I was kind of upset that the bell rang as quickly as it did post that introduction from Rich Palladino. He mentioned her being in my Tinder vicinity. I went on Tinder. I went on a swipe in fury. I didn't find her yet.
No.
But I'm sure it will.
I'm sure you got that super like saved just for her.
I mean, it's not like we're going to match anyway. It's a futile effort.
Yeah, that's true. Well, she has 47 kids at home waiting. I don't know if you want to deal with that.
Look at how tight that headlock was.
And Orange Cassidy, one of the most unorthodox athletes in the world of professional wrestling. You see this zaniness, this wackiness, this lethargy going on right now, but I'm telling you right now, it's a mind game, and it works. And Janela waiting.
Janela looking like when you don't know what button to press on a video game. Just keep jumping up and down.
Shades of Austin Powers with the guy waiting for the steamroller to come and run him over. And I'm telling you, this is mind games. I've seen him win some big singles matches in Beyond Wrestling. He beat John Silver. He beat Bill Carr.
He knows what he's doing.
Shoulder block, no. Coming, speaking of steamrollers, coming with the force of one right there.
And he got flattened like one, too.
Orange Cassidy screaming out in pain.
Nice drop down.
He's not even getting up. He's just staying dropped down.
Just twisting and turning.
And now he's taking a siesta. And Penelope Ford is disgusted. When Joey Janela says you're being ridiculous, your level of ridiculousness is off the charts.
Trust me, I know.
And he stops, looks to duck down, but goes around instead, and the Session Moth Martina has tagged herself in.
Oh! Takes both members of Janelope down with a double spear.
Martina, the former OTT Women's Champion, the OTT promotion based in Dublin. And is she gonna fly? Or is she just gonna run? I think she ran out of steam. Yep, looks like this train is slowing down. And at this point, Janela's begging her to fly. But I think maybe she didn't get in her cardio before she left.
And Janela, hey, just go for it. We're here. Try it.
Oh boy, too much partying last night. And the crowd calling for a beer, and here is Orange Cassidy to oblige. What a gentleman.
Session Moth Martina hulking up like MLJ and diving outside of the ring. It's amazing what a little sip of beer can do to a person.
What a team this is. I never thought these two powers would combine. But Martina, the first ever OTT Women's Champion, just recently losing her championship. Oh, she runs into a chop from Penelope Ford. Orange Cassidy coming in like a house of fire, but not quick enough.
Round and round they go.
Little do-si-do action here in New Orleans.
Oh, they went the wrong way.
Wrong way. Double Bronco Buster. And the Session Moth maybe forgetting where she is.
She's having a good time. And Penelope, not taking too kindly to that.
Ooh, wow. Orange Cassidy, I thought he was a gentleman, but no longer. What a despicable man, quite frankly, after that. And look at him strutting his way over to the
club
corner.
like, oh, damn.
Walking into the club like, what up, I missed.
Penelope ain't missed that one.
Absolutely not.
Beautiful form on that. Nailed him with the back elbow at the conclusion. And Martina gets blasted in the back.
Irish whip into the corner.
Nobody home.
Martina getting out of the way and calling herself a bad, bad girl. Maybe going for the springboard and the cartwheel like Penelope Ford does. Oh, no. Almost, no. One more. Like Aly Raisman at the Olympics. Beautiful floor exercise maneuvers. Oh, Janela with a straight right.
You have 48 kids now. Well, I'm gonna beat you and then I'm gonna eat your kids.
Janela talking trash.
Big chop out of Martina. Second and a third. She can throw hands. That time Janela went to the crown of the head.
And Janela imploring this crowd to get on its feet for Janelope. Ducks under the double clothesline and again goes under their legs and gets the tag to Orange Cassidy. And here he comes in fuego. Oh, shin kick, chop and shin kick and back spinning kick. This doesn't look effective.
Oh, he's
And Orange Cassidy doing Orange Cassidy things. Oh!
Good night, Cassidy.
There go his teeth. Uh-oh. Martina had a swig, and she fell flat on her face like many a nights at the pubs in Dublin. Just another night.
I don't know anything about that.
To my buddy Low-Key. Double stars, baby! At least I showed up.
Joey Janela.
Oh, boy.
Oh, missed the double stomps. They go head first into each other. And do we have a beer and some juice for Orange Cassidy going for his OJ? Oh no. I think the world could explode.
I'll tell you, that's two of my favorite beverages, OJ and beer.
That's a breakfast.
It usually is.
Here we go. Going for a doomsday device here. No, ducks under, gets a pin. No.
Almost got it. I don't think the official was expecting it.
She spits the beer. Janela ducks out of the way. Penelope Ford eats it. Oh, and then he eats the OJ.
So much fluid everywhere.
Here we go. What's she going for here? I hope it's not a lollipop. That's, yep. Yep, that's it. That's exactly what that is.
Is it used?
Don't be despicable, Emma. You're better than that.
You must not follow me on Twitter. Oh!
The mandible claw. Oh no! Spinning back fist.
Mouthful of latex for multiple people.
Oh no! Super kick. Oh no, come on, Orange. Don't end your career like this.
That is the state move of Louisiana, the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh no, full rotation. Oh, he hit it. Where's the commission? Come on, there has to be a member of the commission here. Stop this match. High cross body.
And she does, she ends the match. High cross body gets it for Penelope.
We got the commission. We're not getting fined. We're out the back door. Yeah, well, the kid was good. And we won, too. That's fine, okay? Use the other for hotel. You want the address? Yeah! Oh, my fucking neck. No wonder why they're saying that fucking dude, I think Marty's ready to hit that shit tomorrow. Yeah, motherfucker!
Don't miss Joey Janela's Spring Break 2. Right here technically tonight at 11:55 p.m. After that, I just want to thank you for professional wrestling. We hope you guys enjoyed tonight's match with Beyond Wrestling, Women's Wrestling Revolution, and intergender matches here at It Up. More to come tomorrow, guys. Right here at noon. WWE Live presents Progress Wrestling at noon. And at 4 p.m. is Hall 103. 8 p.m. the WWN Super Show. And as I mentioned, 11:55 p.m. GCW with Joey Janela.
Beyond Wrestling lit up, main event time, and it's a debut for Toni Storm as she takes on Timothy Thatcher. Paul Crockett alongside MLJ here.
What a night we've had here.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean, very ambitious type of event that we had here tonight, but I think it delivered on all ends, and this is going to be what I'm sure is going to be a great matchup to cap off a great day here in New Orleans.
And if you want to talk about an unbelievable pedigree at such a young age, Toni Storm is the definition of it. The current WXW Women's Champion, the current Progress Women's Champion,
Yes.
and the current World of Stardom Champion.
She's like a Triple Crown winner right there.
Defeating Mayu Iwatani to win that title initially, but she won it under controversial fashion as Iwatani's shoulder was dislocated, and Toni's might be dislocated here if Timothy Thatcher finishes this throw right on that shoulder. But Toni just redeemed herself by beating Iwatani, and then after beating her, jumped right on a plane and came here.
That's a beautiful thing, man. What people do for the sport of professional wrestling is just amazing. I love it. Here we are. It's 2:40 local time, 2:40 in the AM. And we have some world-class, top-flight professional wrestling athletes plying their craft in the center of the ring here. Tim Thatcher in control over Toni Storm.
Timothy Thatcher is an absolute specimen. Not only is this guy well-versed in every aspect of professional wrestling, very well-read human being, but he is also a destructive machine. He can pick apart any athlete in the world of professional wrestling. So Toni Storm, not only is she jet-lagged, but she's going to be in a world of hurt if she stays on the mat this long.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine what time must feel like for Toni Storm, having come in straight away from Japan into the Central Time Zone, wrestling at 2:45 in the morning here. Her internal body clock must just be going insane right now.
Oh boy, now her internal clock is really being wrenched as Timothy Thatcher bending her spine.
Talk to me, Toni. What are you saying?
And this is a very, very rough spot for a debut, not only in the main event, but against one of the toughest human beings in the world.
Absolutely, yeah. You said it there. That's Timothy Thatcher to a T. He is tough.
Now both back on their feet. Boom! Nice chop.
And I just received word here as this main event is going on here at Lit Up that over on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling, we have just broken the barrier of 250,000 subscribers.
Wow.
I'm talking about 250,000 people.
That is unreal. I know that is something that Beyond Wrestling has been striving for a very long time. One of the innovators in independent professional wrestling on YouTube.
Yeah, the
and they continue to grow. Yes, absolutely.
That's it.
And they continue to grow. So congratulations, passing 250,000 subscribers on Beyond Wrestling. But I don't think Toni Storm cares about that right now. I think she cares about her well-being.
Yeah, she cares about getting Timothy Thatcher's grip off of her body, because right now she is in a terrible way with Tim Thatcher utilizing small joint manipulation here, just torturing her.
And in the past, in intergender matches, we've seen situations where the man is a little hesitant to go in. Very specifically, Colt Cabana wrestling Kimberly in Beyond Wrestling. He didn't even want to hit her, but Timothy Thatcher is going in there, and he is all business.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's all business with Tim Thatcher. I mean, can't really compare Tim Thatcher to Colt Cabana in terms of personality.
No.
Tim Thatcher, he means business, no nonsense. He's not going to let up, no matter who's extending across the ring from him. He knows that the opponent signed on that dotted line just like he did. They know what they're getting themselves into. Why should he take it easy on anybody?
And Toni Storm tried to fire back, chop to the face, now going for headbutts. Talk about a desperation move, hurting herself maybe more than him. Hits the European uppercut. Thatcher just blowing them off. This has to be disheartening as Storm crumples in a heap on the mat. Thatcher just staring down. Maybe Bryce Remsburg has to just call this off. This is unfair.
I mean, earlier in the night we talked about the poise and confidence in Karen Q, and we're seeing similar from Tim Thatcher in that he's very poised, he's very confident, but you can see how the difference in demeanor.
And she's going for that German, and Thatcher's practically laughing it off. Armbar coming here. But Toni able to get into a better position, get out of it. Now what's she going for? Side headlock, and now into the side mount.
Trying to beat down Thatcher.
And Thatcher just throws her off.
He just popped his hips and turned her over.
Oh,
slapped
boy.
her right in the face.
And Toni Storm has no answers for any questions that Timothy Thatcher has been throwing her way, and maybe she won't have any. Oh.
Ain't nothing nice about that.
This is sadistic at this point. I mean, this is crossing some sort of line that goes beyond competition.
But is it though? He's not doing anything illegal.
He's not, but just go for the damn finish. I mean, at some point, oh, Toni Storm with a headbutt. He's finally rattled. She's back in it. German suplex.
That's been the move tonight. It's been the difference maker.
And Toni Storm with a glimmer of hope, running hip attack. Thatcher dazed, and Toni Storm going to go up. High risk. Will it be high reward? No! Ran right into a European uppercut, and just when she thought she might have had something in hand, Timothy Thatcher took it away.
I mean, you can't give Tim Thatcher an inch. You can't give him a second. And unfortunately for Toni Storm, she may have taken a little bit too long to get to the top rope. I mean, it's not her fault. I mean, she's been beaten.
Armbar, baby!
Looking for something here, trying to get lucky perhaps.
Going for the armbar, but nope, Thatcher was going to lift her up, couldn't get it. And now adding in those kicks, and she has the armbar ready, and she got it!
She did it!
Wow! Unbelievable! Thank you everyone for joining us here at Beyond Wrestling Lit Up. For the MLJ, Paul Crockett saying good night, and what a night it was.
I think let's see from LA, said earlier, it's not